From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The suspect accused of a homicide in Clyde Park makes his first court appearance. I'll have more information coming up.
At Yellowstone National Park, officials say a big increase in the size of the bison herd is possible. How they say that could happen, also coming up. 6:31 on this Thursday. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here. A lovely, lovely April morning out there for the 10th day of February.
Yeah, it's unbelievably
Yeah, it's really
warm.
warm.
These look like lottery numbers more than anything. 24, 33, 44, 49. I mean, seriously,
Yes,
all over the
right.
board, but very warm temperatures and quite high for this time of year. A little bit of cloud cover trying to roll through the area. I don't think that we're looking at any type of precipitation today. We are looking at stronger winds with these warmer temperatures. Several areas in southwest Montana will top out into the 50s for today.
Wow.
And Bozeman and Butte both have the potential as we're starting out on the warmer side. Now, I do expect to see temperatures cool down as we have another system trying to move in. We'll talk about our snow potential, another big cool down heading in next week. That's all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:32, our top story this half hour. Tuesday morning, Park County Sheriff's deputies received a call of a dispute at a Clyde Park home. MTN's Edgar Cedillo was in Livingston yesterday as a suspect accused of homicide made his first court appearance.
So, Mr. Greenville, do you understand your rights that I just gave?
Yeah.
29-year-old Skylar Griebel stood handcuffed in a small room as he made his first court appearance in front of a judge over Zoom in Park County Justice Court. Griebel is charged with deliberate homicide and unlawful possession of a weapon.
Any questions about any of this?
No.
Okay.
Griebel's bail was set at $1.5 million. He is accused of killing 36-year-old Tyler Netto of Livingston. Sheriff Bickler says that the two were acquaintances, but more details on what led up to the homicide are still under investigation.
You know, there was an altercation at the residence. We're just not sure exactly what started the altercation.
Bickler says that officers have been to the residence in the past where the homicide took place.
Just law enforcement presence at that particular residence for various things. And I think in a small community like Clyde Park, in a close-knit community, those types of things stick out.
At this time, Bickler says the investigation is still ongoing. He says residents can expect to see an increased police presence as they continue their investigation. The arrest affidavit has yet to be made public, and details of what happened are still sparse. Griebel is set to appear again in court on March 2nd. In Livingston, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
In other news this morning, during a public webinar last night, Yellowstone National Park Superintendent Cam Shawley called on everyone from environmental groups to state officials to work together to come up with a new bison management plan. Dan's John Shearer reports park leaders say it's time to apply new science to the old plan.
Shawley says Yellowstone and the land around it is a lot different now than when the current bison plans were developed in 2000.
We've learned a lot over the last 20 years. There's been a lot more science done. We've studied brucellosis more.
Brucellosis is a disease that can cause cattle to abort fetuses. Fear that bison might spread it to cattle has guided bison management for 22 years. Now, biologists say that fear may be misplaced.
The original plan in 2000 assumed that bison would be the primary risk to transmitting brucellosis to cattle. And since then, the national academies have found that it's certainly elk is a much greater risk.
Because of the brucellosis fear, the bison herd has been kept between 3,500 and 5,000 animals through hunting, shipping bison to Native American tribes, and sending the animals to slaughter.
Under any alternative, we'd like to get away from as much shipment to slaughter as possible.
Shawley says a range of alternatives includes having bison move into more parts of the park and onto so-called tolerance zones on national forest land outside the park. He says as many as 10,000 bison could live in or near the park. Their numbers would be controlled by hunting and by sending disease-free animals to tribal nations. That program is currently shipping up to 100 disease-free bison a year, but Shawley says that number will soon double. He says he knows people on all sides of bison management feel strongly about the issue.
But I do ask that you try to understand as many dynamics as you possibly can, even if you disagree with those.
A draft plan is due this fall. After that, more public comment will be taken. Then a final plan is scheduled to be presented in the fall of 2023. John Shearer, MTN News.
Now, the deadline for public comment on the bison management plan is February 28th. You can find a link to the comment form by visiting our website. Well, there are 8 new reported deaths from COVID-19 complications in Montana. That includes 2 in Gallatin County. 3,051 people have passed away in the state. State Health Department report shows 1,032 new cases. County by county, Gallatin is in third place with 86 new cases, 23 new cases in Butte-Silver-Bow. 5 Montana counties have no new cases and 7 counties have just a single case. A group in Great Falls collecting supplies for truckers preparing to rally against COVID vaccine mandates. Starting March 1st, truckers plan to drive from the West Coast to Washington, D.C. for a rally there. Freedom Convoy, Great Falls Cascade County Support Group, collecting things like toilet paper, small snacks, will be handing out at cookouts for truckers scheduled later this month. Some group members will be stationed off of Interstate 90 in Billings to catch truckers passing through on their way to D.C.
Once they get there, they plan on staying there, and we wanted to make sure that they have supplies to help them and also let them know that we appreciate them, we love them, because without our truckers, we would be in a world of hurt.
We're told that cookout scheduled for February 26th at the town pump off I-15 airport exit in Great Falls. If you'd like to donate items for that or a group to give truckers, contact the group on Facebook. In other news this morning, it is something you are poised to hear more about throughout 2022 as Republicans seek to take back Congress in the midterm election. The situation at the border. Last year, Border Patrol encountered nearly 2 million migrants trying to cross into our country illegally. So how many have been sent back? How many remain? And who is in charge of taking care of the ones who stay? Our Joe St. George reports.
As the country debates immigration, it's important to remember that people die trying to come here. This memorial is on the side of the road in Holtville, California, about 10 miles from the Mexican border. 13 migrants who were being smuggled in a car died in a crash here last year. Crosses, names, now reminders of the dangerous journey. Another reminder is less than a mile from the site, a John and Jane Doe cemetery for the remains of unidentified migrants whose bodies were found near the southern border. Remembering those lost is important context when discussing the migrant surge. Last year, there were around 1.9 million arrests by Border Patrol. That's a record. And while some tried to cross multiple times, around 1 million were immediately expelled. The others, 400,000 or so, are here in the United States awaiting hearings. Once a migrant is apprehended by Border Patrol and they are processed, if they're not sent back to Mexico or to another country right away, they're allowed to stay in the U.S. for the moment. And the first place they go are makeshift shelters like this.
This is the Catholic Charities donation room.
And that's where you find men and women like Roy Mendenhall. Non-profits like Catholic Charities are often tasked by state and federal governments to help migrants who are permitted to stay get necessities before they travel to other parts of the country.
They don't have anything, not even shoes.
The workers and volunteers here providing unique insight into what the country should be doing.
I approach it outside of politics.
Mendenhall says his biggest issue is that there's just too much politics around this topic. Whatever your views are, the people who are legally permitted to stay here, he says, should be given more respect.
There's a lot of people, a lot of migrants that come through here that have been separated from their family members.
Mendenhall's wish of getting the politics out of this is unlikely to happen. The border is poised to be a major issue in the midterm election this fall. Early data shows 2022 will be very similar to last year when it comes to illegal border crossing attempts. In Holtville, California, I'm Joe St. George.
All right, 6:40, we're going to take a break